Hey everyone! You're listening to Teens Take the Mic.
We are two high school students sharing the ups and downs of being second-generation immigrants. Okay guys, so funny story. We actually recorded this whole episode.
But someone decided to...
we recorded... I don't know, it's really weird.
Yeah, so we duplicated our season 2, episode 2.
Yeah.
We thought we duplicated it, but it was actually the original podcast.
Yeah.
And we deleted everything that we wrote, and then we were doing our career convos episode.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, let's just exit out and see what happens. And we X'd out. We can't bring him back, so we're just going to redo this episode.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we'll make it last. The other time we recorded it was 15? Yeah, so we're going to make it a little bit shorter, but we're going to cover everything for you guys.
So, now that we already did this, we kind of have an experience of what we want to say. We're going to start off with, cultural expectations and basically share a little bit of, our own stories.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay. So, for cultural expectations, I feel like a lot of this comes from what our parents how they were brought up. And so, a little background story. So, I actually never really asked my parents about, what was their history? How did they come here? I know I knew they came from China to America for education, but I didn't really ask them the details. But so, a few months ago, I was curious. I asked them. And then it's, really amazing how they came from China with literally nothing. And going to America, they learned a bit of English growing up, I think, but not too fluent. And I feel like that was me. I would not have survived. But it's just amazing to see how they've grown from having nothing to establishing themselves here in the U.S.
Right. And I have a similar story like Phoebe. My parents also didn't come from much. They were born in India, and they came here to America for raise children, have a better education system, and to make sure it was better. Because most people who move from a country to U.S. is for these reasons. So my parents, they would tell me their stories about how they came here and how they worked really hard, and they were able to afford for the first time, and it was the proudest moment of their lives. They were able to afford a plane ticket, which I thought was so great because they were able to do all of this. They had dreams, and they were able to make it possible. And now I don't know what dreams I want, what I want to do for them, and I'm just so happy that they did this, and I'm grateful because they worked really hard. But this high academic achievement they had, it can lead to some stress about yourself and how you can maintain that achievement that they did. You just feel like you can't. But we're here to talk about how you can handle this and how you can make a positive impact.
Yeah, and I feel like for this, a lot of this kind of goal to succeed academically is it just makes a lot of stress because, of course, in high school there's so much other stress, but this is kind of an additional stress.
It was so complex because then you ask your parents, how they handled this, how did they maintain it, and they would tell you, we would, sleep early, we'd wake up early and study. Our school would start maybe later. We would bike to school. We'd come back home. We'd take care of our siblings. We'd do this and that. And I'm like, I can't even finish my homework assignment. You can do all of that. And it's just it's just a lot of expectations they have that you would do the same that they did because they don't realize that different countries, different education systems, we're all here to help with that, and we're going to make sure that we talk about this.
Yeah, and so with these expectations, you really want to maintain a healthy lifestyle and kind of put into habit some healthy behaviors that you can, like we said before, that these expectations don't get too overwhelming. So one thing for this is you really want to promote a good balance. You want to, obviously you want to care about your school life and your academics, but also take care of your health. And do what you like. Have a social life. Spend time with your family, and do things you like.
There is positive impacts from having this high academic achievement that your parents did and putting that pressure on you. You get that motivation to succeed. I know many people face like many issues and they're like, I don't feel like studying today. I don't feel like doing this, that. But having that pressure, having that mindset that my parents did this, I want to make them proud. You get that huge motivation to succeed, and that can just like erase sometimes burnout.
Yeah.
And you get that strong work ethic, and you're like, yes, I can do this. I set like strong times of doing this and that.
Like self-motivation kind of.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like another expectation that can come into play is like community expectations, like school or peer expectations and stereotypes, because I know for me a lot of times when I don't have motivation, it's just I'm thinking, oh, I want to do good in school, and a lot of times your peers are actually like motivating you and pushing you to do better. And then sometimes like peer expectations, they can play like a big like part. That like knowing that you're gonna get asked about your grade, it's like you want to do good.
And especially since this could also be negative because people think you get like such high scores, but like maybe one day you didn't understand this test too well, you got a low grade. You don't want to say you got the low grade because people will make fun of you. They'll be like, oh, how'd you get an 80? How'd you get a 95? You should have done better that. You want people to support you. You don't want everyone to feel like they're like your competition. Help each other out. We're here to help you. We're gonna give you all resources. We're gonna give you career advice, career combos. And it's just important to have that balance as well in like your work life.
And you really want to practice like good communication, not only to like your friends and establish networks, but also to like your teachers and to your family. And you don't want to keep things bottled up because this can just lead to so much more problems in the future. If you have a problem, just go out and say it. Like, find someone, and if you think you don't have anyone, there's always someone out there that has your back.
And not only like for cultural expectations, back to that, not only for like academics, but like even just a lifestyle. Like my Indian parents, they don't like to be like, they don't want your kid to be dating until like maybe college, maybe like arranged marriages and all that. And that's just like how they were brought up to be. And it could differ from family to family, even if they are in the same culture. But there's like different types of just like those I don't know, those differences you have. Like, Phoebe, do you want to share something?
And I feel like for me, something growing up is like, if like I won't really go out a lot on school nights, or even if I do, I should be back by like a certain time.
And I know like a lot of maybe second gen immigrants, they're like, oh yeah, sweetie, you can go there. Like I don't want to be I don't want to be like stereotypical about this, but like it's definitely different for us. And because our cultures, it's not our customs. That's not how you do it.
And like you said, it differs from family to family. Like I know some of our parents are aloof, some who are more like on top of things. And so we should like really just appreciate what we have right now, and that like our family, like our parents are our parents, and that's not going to change, and the way they've been brought up isn't going to change. So how like we have this mindset, and we can have this mindset to really appreciate them and just live a healthy lifestyle.
We should love them. We should notice how hard they worked, and be grateful. Yeah, I was gonna say gratitude. I was like, oh, we should be grateful for all they've done and more.
So that's basically all we wanted to say today. Even though we recorded this before, but that's all. So thank you for listening to season 2, episode 2 of Teens Take the Mic.
See you next time.